You fall and you break, you got battles to take on, but you figure it out, yeah. When you fall and you break, you got changes to make now. See the light at the end of the tunnel, it's right there now, just look up and follow. Take one step at a time, babe, I'm with you. So baby, get up, 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 up.
What's up, MW fam?
It's your girl Mia.
And your boy Waylon.
And we are back with another video today. We're going to be talking to you guys about our birth story. Even though we've already posted the labor and delivery vlog and everything, if you haven't seen that, go watch it. I'm going to be telling you guys in depth how that day went. So this is very exciting. Waylon's going to be here too, of course, because it's his story too.
Yes.
He was there throughout the whole thing, so obviously. But
and we might be in and out of the camera just in case, because baby boy is right here.
He's right here in his bassinet.
And he is sleeping, so yeah.
Yeah. So if we get up, or if we're constantly looking over here, which we probably will be, that's why.
But before we get to the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon with the family.
Yes.
All right, so let's get into it. So it started at 3:30 a.m. apparently.
Yes.
Mia was having contractions at 3:30 a.m.
This is my part because you were asleep.
I'm just saying that's what she told me. So I was just saying happened. It started at 3:30 a.m.
So it was a Monday morning. It was June 30th. It was 3:30 a.m. and I woke up and I was hurting a little bit. You know, I was having some pains. Okay, and I'd had like a couple of weird pains the few days beforehand, and like they were just super inconsistent. I didn't know if they were real contractions or if they were like something different. And so I wake up and I'm kind of skeptical at first. I'm like, this is probably not real.
Right.
So I get on my contraction timer app and I start like seeing if I can time them. And at this point they're super far apart. Like they were like 7 minutes apart. So I'm like, maybe this could be real, maybe not. And so I stay up until I was like, I'm gonna stay awake and keep timing them until like they stop or they get super inconsistent or whatever. And so literally hours goes by, I'm timing them and they're getting closer together. And so I stay awake for 3 hours. I'm timing them. At this point I have like 25 contractions on my app. And finally at like, what time did I wake you up? Like 6:37?
6:30, yeah.
Okay. So at 6:30 I'm
it's
like,
my turn.
Okay,
like
go ahead.
She goes, I'm having contractions. I'm like, huh? Like I'm not awake. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, you're not. She's like, yes, I'm serious this time. She said, get up, pack your bag. I'm like, oh, you ain't having no contractions. It's alright. Probably just brass and hicks, because that's what they always tell us.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, Ellen, get up, seriously. And then like, I realized that she was serious.
I was serious.
So I jump. What I do? I jump up and I sprinted. She's like, calm down, calm down. I'm telling you, I was going 0 through 100 through the house.
He was freaking out,
she was
and
like,
I knew
calm
that was
down.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
I was super calm because my contractions were still like 5 minutes apart, and I knew we had some time. And so I was like, Waylon. What I said, what did I do? I woke you up. I said, don't freak out.
Don't freak out.
I said, do not freak
out.
out.
And I did just that.
He freaked out.
I got up, bro. Y'all should have seen me. I was running. I was throwing clothes in the bag.
He always freaks out when he wakes up.
I was just doing whatever. Dude, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so, anyways, he starts packing the bags. I'm like, start putting bags in the car because in a little bit we're going to be going to the hospital. I'm telling you. And at this point, the contractions weren't like super painful. They were just kind of like, they were bearable.
Yeah.
I was doing my makeup. I did my hair. You can ask Waylon.
That's why I was like
getting everything
skeptical.
together.
I was like, okay, she's talking.
He didn't believe me.
Doing
he
her
never
makeup, doing her
me.
hair. We finna go to the hospital, get sent right back home.
That's what he kept saying. He was like, they're gonna send you home.
They're gonna send
and
us
I was
right
like,
back home.
Well, send me home, but I'm having consistent contractions. They're not Braxton Hicks. I've had Braxton Hicks the whole pregnancy. I know they're not.
So we pack up. We call the nurses and doctors that you saw in the last video. They told us to go to labor and delivery. So we go to labor and delivery, and guess what? We get a little emergency little room thing, like, and they let us sit there.
The triage room.
Yeah, and first off, the weirdest thing happened to me. I had to sit in the room and wait till she gets set up, and they told her everything before I even got in the room. So that was super weird to me. I never thought that was a thing. Like, I want to be with her. I want to hear what's going on too, and I have to wait for some weird reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that happened, and then Mia gets back there, and they asked her questions, and they gave her, you know, an IV and whatnot. And I come back there and I ask her questions, and then she tells me that they told her basically that.
So basically, they were like, here's how it's gonna go. We're gonna watch your contractions on the monitor. We're gonna monitor baby's heart rate, and we're gonna check your cervix every hour. So they checked me when I first got there. I was 2 centimeters, and she was like, you're like a tight 2 centimeters, so barely. And I was like, well, dang, they're gonna send me home. I can already tell. And so they're monitoring my contractions, and then they come in and they're like, your baby's heart rate is not fluctuating as much as we want or something. And so they gave me some fluids to try to get it to change, and it did. So I guess he was just being too still in there, like sleeping or something. And they also said to me, if you get these fluids and your contractions stop, then this is not real labor.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I don't think they're gonna stop, but okay.
And
so,
then, yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
I'm just gonna skip ahead because this is the point. Contractions did not stop. They actually sped up when she got the fluids.
They were actually saying that my contractions were inconsistent.
Right, but they were very consistent.
Yeah.
According to my eyeballs, I'm reading the chart, so I thought they were consistent. And,
I thought they were too.
and the nurse came in and she looked at the chart. She was like, "Yeah, you had one big long one. That was not one long one. That was three different contractions."
Yeah,
I know
they
she's
kept
seen
hitting
that
me
bar.
back to back.
Yeah, I know she said it was one long one. That was
Yeah.
not one long one. Y'all just want to send her home.
I don't know. It was
But
crazy.
secondly, they said if his heart rate start bouncing, then it's real labor.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, his heart rate started bouncing. Like, it was like high, then it would spike.
Yeah.
And then the only thing that wasn't lining up, she was 2 centimeters. That was it.
Yeah.
But whenever you go get induced, you're 0. Dang near. So it made no sense to me. I was like, okay, she's 2 centimeters, and she's getting sent home because of that. That's the only reason why she got sent home.
Yeah. So, long story short, they sent me home. I look in my little thing where like you can see all your medical records, and it's like they diagnosed me with false labor.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, okay, I know it's not false labor, but it might be early labor. Maybe I just need to go home and like, labor for a while, and then I'll come back. But I knew I would be back that day.
Yeah, I told Mia, I said, let's speed this up. So we sped it up, and we sped it up real quick.
Actually, you missed a part. We went to Chick-fil-A for lunch.
Got Chick-fil-A,
when we left.
came home, sped up the labor, and water broke right after we sped up the labor. And that's whenever we called the doctor. It was like, we told you so. We told you so.
We called labor and delivery again. Literally, I'm not kidding. Let me tell you guys the timeline. I left the hospital at 10:18 a.m. We went to Chick-fil-A, came home. I got back to the hospital at 12. 12. So, yeah, water broke in the kitchen. I was like, okay, told you. Waylon finally believed me 100%.
I didn't believe we was having a baby. I was like, no, this ain't happening.
That is crazy.
We wasn't ready.
That
we
is
was
crazy.
not ready. We weren't prepared at all. We thought it was gonna be like July 16th, but
Yeah.
it's June.
I could still be pregnant
Like, it's
right
still
now.
June.
Literally. So yeah, that was, I think that was the moment we were like, wow, we're having a baby today. Like, probably today. At least I was. I don't know. And so we're like, this is it. We get back in the car. We go back to the hospital. They make him wait in the room again. I go back.
Dumb stuff.
They're like, okay, they checked me. I think, what was I when they checked me? Maybe 3.
You was 3. You was
I think I was 3. Yeah, and so then I'm like, obviously I'm telling them my water broke, and they're telling me like
that it wasn't broken, and
they're
basically
telling me
that
like
the sack was
I
still
don't know
full.
if it broke.
They said that the sack was still full, and she felt in there. So the doctor came in, and he
Yeah.
came and filled the sack. And then when he filled the sack, he said it was broken at the top, so that's why it was full at the bottom. He said
Yeah.
your water's still broken, so you're definitely in labor, and you're definitely not going home. We gotta keep you now. We can't send you home. We want to send you home, but we can't send you home because you're in labor. And that's a rule, right? So I was telling me, I was like, what do we do now? Her water broke. They still gonna send us home? So like, I'm thinking
for a
like.
second I thought they were gonna send me back home after my water broke. I was like, oh my gosh.
Like, I was like, bro, do they want her to be like having a baby on the way up to the hospital for us to get the room or what? I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. So like that happened, and then finally they admitted us to a room, and after then, like we got in the room, she was still a 3, and then like it just started speeding
This
up.
part you'll probably have to like help me on
Yeah.
because
You don't remember much.
no, like I was kind of in and out. After my water broke, the contractions started getting
heavy.
more intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Mia got up to the room, she was a 3. I kid you not. 30 minutes later, she was a 5. I'm not even kidding. Like 30 minutes to an hour later, they checked her again. She was a 5.
Yeah.
I'm not playing. But she was a 5 for a little minute, and
Yeah.
then she jumped to a 7 like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
So like it was 5. It was like 3. Okay, she got up there. She was feeling contractions. She was feeling good. You know, kiki. I'm gonna do this natural, right? Everything's cool. You know what I'm saying? She talking to me, and it's still in her mind.
Yeah.
Hour later, 5, and this when it gets serious. Mia starts grunting and like can't talk to me when I talk to her, and I'm like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Wait till contraction go away." Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna do this. So I'm sitting here like.
Literally in between, I was fine. I was like, I'm good. I can do this. And the doctors and nurses kept being like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" One time, the nurse came into my room and she was like, "How do you rate your pain right now?" And I think this was when I was getting close to getting the epidural. I was like probably like a 7. I was in the middle of a contraction. I was like probably a 7. She was like, "This is the tip of the iceberg," and she was not lying. Like, I don't.
She said it's only gonna get worse.
She was like, "It's gonna get worse from here," and I was like,
And I'm over here trying to encourage me, like, "Hey, it's not gonna get worse. You got this. I don't think
He
it get worse."
told me it wasn't. He was like, "It's not gonna get worse."
I
And
tried
was
to
like,
help
okay,
her.
Okay, maybe I can do it.
So then it got worse. We put me on the ball because she got tired of staying in the bed. She was like, "Okay, I want to move." Like they told her don't move for some reason. Then we asked them again, and then she was able to move. We got her on the ball, and then on the ball there was video. She was like still hurting really bad.
That's when it started getting to the point where I was like, I think I started to realize, okay, there's nothing I can do to make these contractions better.
Right.
Like,
so we have to get the epidural.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so what you want to do? She was like, I think I'm gonna give it up. So I was like, okay, cool. And then like she was like acting like she didn't want to, but I was like, you're hurting. We can't focus. We can't, enjoy this because you're hurting and it's just like miserable. So I'm just gonna be realistic with you. Let's get the epidural. It's our first time in here. It's going quickly. You're gonna miss out if you want to get it. So
me personally,
I had to click the button for her.
Yeah.
I clicked the button for her. And
me personally, what was I about to say? I just lost my train of thought.
I have no
Never
clue.
mind.
I'm just going quicker with the story because Mia rambles when she tells stories.
I do ramble, but also like they want to know how my labor went,
Yeah, I know.
Don't let me forget this.
But you ain't there yet.
They kept trying to give me Pitocin. They kept trying to come in and be like, "We might need to speed up your dilation process." I dilated from a 2 to a 10 within 6 hours by myself, which is crazy.
Without that stuff.
Yeah, so I was like, I really, really, really did not want Pitocin. And I told them, if they give me Pitocin, you're going to give me that epidural too.
So I click that button, the woman comes in there and say, "You want the epidural?" I was like, "Yeah, she wanted it. She needed it right now." And then the doctor comes in and the doctor comes in and sits me down and he brings the big needles in there. I'm like about to pass out already. Look at the needles. And Mia's like, just out of it. She's just out of it. She don't even know what's going on. She's just ready to get stuck in her back because she just don't want to feel nothing. She don't care what they do to her at this point.
My contractions were like 2 minutes apart at this point.
So Mia's not saying nothing. I'm talking about he asking her questions. I don't know if you remember this.
I barely remember that part.
Yeah, man. I'm like, Mia, are you listening to this man asking you?
No, I didn't
he's
care
asking,
what.
Can you feel this? You like, she's just making noises and stuff. And he bent, like I said, the guy comes in there, he bends her over. So answer this question: did it hurt? Did the epidural hurt?
Did the epidural hurt?
Yeah, because a lot of people have that question.
My answer to does anything hurt in the world is going to be it's not worse than contractions. Literally, I didn't care.
Just answer that question.
No, that is the question.
Did it hurt?
No.
Like for average human, did the epidural like?
Oh, for average human.
Yeah.
The only part that did hurt was the numbing part. I didn't feel anything else. After that.
That's normal. No numbing always hurt.
Yeah,
Because
but
it's hitting that nerve. Ooh.
yeah, the numbing did hurt, but I was like, I don't care what you do to me. It can't.
But
hurt
guys,
as
and
bad.
I tell you, I wasn't about to pass out, but I was getting lightheaded. The part where he was patching, because it took so long. Like I'm standing here, I'm nervous, and you're taking forever. I'm talking about that process, probably like 5 minutes.
When I was in that position, for me, it was just like, I hope a contraction doesn't come. I hope I did not want to be in the middle of a contraction when he was putting the needle in, because I was like, I don't know if I can physically be still.
Right.
So luckily it didn't. I don't
Right.
know how, but anyway, the epidural went so well.
Yeah.
He did a great job.
He did an awesome job.
at that point, I was getting pretty far. Like, I was getting close to
You
ready
still
to
a
push.
5.
I was still
at
a
that
5.
point.
The epidural did not fully work at first. I think it was because I let myself get so far. They had to give me an extra dose of whatever it is. And finally it started working. It was probably about an hour before it started working.
Yeah, then you got your popsicle.
Yeah, I got my popsicle. That popsicle was so good, y'all. Oh my gosh. And after, this is when you're really gonna have to help me because I do not remember.
Okay, so the doctor come in and she gets checked and she's a 7, and
How much longer?
so
was it?
this was like
An
maybe
hour
an
after?
hour after
Okay.
she got the epidural, and she's a 7, and I'm like 7, so I'm thinking in my head, this is getting real. So I go to the bathroom. Family's coming at this point. I go to the bathroom. I'm kind of like, freak, bro, like. Dang, we about to have a baby. Like, oh my gosh, we ain't going home. Cause my whole mindset was like, we better go home. She ain't gonna die late.
You kept thinking I was gonna go home.
I don't know why. I don't know why
my
my mom was
gosh.
like thinking that we going
Nobody
home.
ever believes me. I told y'all. I told
Dude,
everyone. I
we
was
were
like,
in
I'm having
labor and
this
you just
baby
got
today.
epidural. I still thought we was going home.
You're crazy.
But when he said 7, I said, "Oh my gosh, we ain't going nowhere." And it just stood in my head, just like stuck there, like. We about to have this baby. 7 was it. That number 7 is stuck in my head for a long time, for the rest of my life. 7. And I said, 7? He said, yep, you about to have a baby soon. And I'm telling you, my heart sunk to my butt. Like, I was like, oh my gosh.
He's making noises.
But, so, after the 7 happened, you know, it took a little, actually, I'm lying. It didn't take a little minute. It probably took a little minute to me because I was so, like, scared. It was all like 30 to 45 minutes later, he came back in here. And the other doctor, no, first off, the doctor that did your epidural didn't want to check you because it was going slow. He was like, just wait a little bit, wait
that
30 more
can't be
minutes.
the same
Remember
person.
that? Yeah, huh? The physician
he can't
dude.
do stuff like that.
Well, he told her not. The
other guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He told her not to check you yet. The one that gave you epidural. He said don't check her yet because it ain't we ain't worth it. You don't want to get you affected.
Right.
She did anyway, and you was a 7. Thankfully, she did it.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah,
Wow.
the nurse checked you anyway.
Okay.
She knew. She was like, okay, I'm just gonna check you anyway.
Yeah, because my contractions were
they're
like
close.
super close.
She's like, I'm just gonna check you anyway. She's like,
Yeah.
you're 7, and he came in and said, she told him, he was like, oh, okay. So it gets real. Then our doctor that delivered our baby came in, and he was like, I heard you were 7, you know, and this was like, you know, getting closer to time. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, well, I'm gonna come back in and check you in about, 30 minutes or so. He came in quicker than 30 minutes. I'm talking about, he came in about 15 minutes later. Like, again, he comes back in, and Mia's just laying there. At this point, Mia is kind of like, I don't know what you were, what world you were in.
What was I?
I don't know. You were 7, but
probably the epidural made my head.
Yeah, you was kind of like woozy or whatever.
Yeah.
But Mia's just out of it a little bit, so she's just ready to just get the baby out of her. She ain't really talking or nothing. Doctor comes back in, guys. He sticks his finger in there. This man says, we're about to have a baby. I tell y'all about fell to the floor. I said, huh?
Y'all,
he said, yep, it's baby time. He said, tick-tock that, tick-tock that.
My doctor, he's just so straightforward and like.
No sugarcoating.
No, he's very like.
He said, oh, girl, it's baby time. I'm like, it ain't baby time. Yeah, I ain't prepared for this.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it was baby time.
I do remember that.
And yeah, you remember that part because I was loud. I was like, no. He was like, yup, sure is. So Mia started pushing around 5, I want to say, I can't remember what time you started pushing exactly.
Like 5 something.
It had to be 5 something because you delivered at 6:41. So it had to be like about 5:50, something like that, around that area because her push was only like 50 minutes.
Only. Some people push like 2 times.
Well, yeah, not only.
Guys.
I didn't mean to say only. It was
Let me
actually
tell
a
y'all
long
about
time.
the pushing. Okay. This is exactly what I knew was going to happen. I guess I know my body pretty well because I did not want to push flat on my back, and that's why I wanted to do it without the epidural. But obviously I had to. And the pushing was so hard for me. I could not get like the momentum or like I couldn't use gravity to help me, and so the positions that I was pushing in was not working for me. I had to push for so long.
Yeah.
Like, you know how people count their pushes? I couldn't have even counted. Like, I did so many
Mia probably
pushes.
did 20 pushes.
It was a lot.
Like, seriously. I mean, I didn't think that it was going to take that long.
Yeah.
But he was face down.
He was
so
face
it was
down.
harder to get him out.
Yeah.
And it was just a whole process. Like it was just Mia couldn't get a good grip. I can tell. I can tell the way she was pushing. She wasn't pushing correctly.
I could feel it too.
Yeah,
I kept
could
saying
tell.
that wasn't good. I was like,
yeah,
I was getting so
but of course you gotta
frustrated.
encourage her because she's gonna get frustrated if you say,
yeah.
if I be like, what, you're not pushing right, you're not pushing
Yeah.
well, like you're not doing anything. Because I could tell.
The
like,
nurse kept being like, "You're doing good. You're doing
Yeah.
good," and I was like, "No, I'm not."
Yeah. She was doing okay at first because the first time, but you gotta really practice pushing. It's something you gotta really practice. I feel like because it's kind of hard, you know, and
It's
you're
hard
numb.
to get like. She kept saying, "I'll tell you when you're in the right spot or something."
Yeah.
And you can feel when you're like, "That's a good push. Like
Yeah.
that's actually working." And you can feel when it's not. And most of them were not, honestly.
Yeah.
But it just required a lot of like, we switched positions, like we tried different things. What ended up working, this is gonna sound crazy, they had to hold my legs together. Like I pushed with my legs together. She called it something, but two nurses stood on each side and like pushed my feet against me.
Yeah.
And I pushed with my legs closed, and that was like working. And then what happened after that? I did all those practice pushes with the nurse, and then finally my doctor came in, and all the people came in, and this was when I almost had his head out, I think.
Yeah, I was
Right.
pacing.
Were you looking?
I don't remember.
You don't
I did
remember?
look at his head, and that freaked me out. And then I started pacing because I was so nervous.
Yeah.
And then like I was out of it. After that, I don't remember nothing.
You don't
I
remember
watched the
anything?
video. It's the only reason why I remember.
Yeah.
After that, whenever all the blue coats came in, I was out of it.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
Yeah.
they came in and she did about 3
Basically-
pushes. Probably 4. No, actually like 5.
yeah.
It's about
probably
5 more pushes. So when
My
they
doctor
came
was
in,
like, "You have to yell at her to get her." He kept being like yelling at me and stuff, and being aggressive. And he was like, "You have to yell at her to get her to push right." I remember him saying that.
yeah, you do.
But once I got his head out, literally, he was like, "Don't push after you get the head out. I don't know what he had to do. Maybe flip him or something. I'm not sure." But he was like, "Don't push the body out yet. I'll tell you when." Well, I get his head out and my body starts pushing his. I can feel it. Like my body starts pushing his body out by itself. And he was like, "Oh, you're not doing that, are you?" I was like, "Nope, my body's doing that." He was like, "Okay." And baby boy was born.
Baby
at
boy was
6:41
out of there.
p.m. He made it out. It was the most surreal moment of my life. What about you?
It was insane. I was in shock. I wasn't
Yeah.
in the real world. I was in La La Land. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It just I wish I was more sane in that moment because like I would have cried, but like bro, that situation, that was like a moment that like you just couldn't prepare for. I could not prepare for that. And I was just so excited, so scared, so everything at the same time.
Yeah.
But when it finally settled in, oh my gosh, best feeling in the whole wide world.
Best feeling in the
Best
world.
feeling in the world. I love that boy so dang much. So much. Even though he cried a lot, I love him so much.
It's been a hard couple days.
Yeah, it's been pretty hard, but
think
he'll get better.
He's been having some tummy issues, we
Yeah.
think. We don't really
We don't know. We're guessing. You know, new parents, we always diagnosing our kid with something. We don't know, but we're getting better.
But yeah, that is my labor and delivery story.
Yep. And then we went home in 24 hours. Within 24 hours, not knowing almost anything.
Anything. No. Just,
Not knowing how to breastfeed. Not knowing nothing.
Nope.
All we knew how to do was put him in the car seat. That's because we YouTubed it.
Yeah. Literally, it's been so crazy trying to learn
Didn't know how to
everything.
make a bottle. Don't know how to do nothing. I'm talking about just nothing.
Google has been my best friend.
Man, seriously. Like,
But-
thank God for Google.
I love him so much. I would do anything in the world for him.
Yep.
And yeah, our lives have changed.
It's
literally.
changed forever, and we'll show you guys. Look, he's right there sleeping. See him? See?
He's sleeping so good.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all have any other questions for me, let me know. I can answer them.
Yeah.
But that is how my labor and delivery went. And I will say, I'm so, so thankful. I literally prayed for my labor and delivery to go as smoothly as it did. Of course, you know, I wanted to go all natural, but I do not care that I got the epidural.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at myself. I will be getting it next time, I'm not gonna lie, because those contractions are no joke. But
Weakling.
hey,
I'm just kidding.
you better take that back.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, just thank God that everything went well with me. I was healthy. He was healthy.
Thank God,
it went
seriously.
So it couldn't have went better, honestly. I'm so thankful. Yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed this.
Hope y'all enjoyed our rambling, but it was a good story.
Yeah.
And we will be back for more babies.
More babies. Oh my gosh.
More,
We're already
more.
talking about more babies.
But yeah,
Listen, give me a minute, okay? Give me a minute to recover.
but anyways, guys, I mean, that's really everything. Like I said, we're blessed and we thank God. Everything went as prayed. We prayed for it. Everything literally went exactly how we wanted it to go. We wanted to go natural to the hospital. We want her water to break naturally. Didn't want to get a deuce. We wanted her to go until she can't handle it no more. We wanted baby boy to come naturally, and everything happened just like that. And we left the hospital within 24 hours, and he was perfectly fine. Everything was good with him, and God blessed us.
Yep.
So, but yeah, anyways, guys, that's everything in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell because we will be dropping more videos. As you see, we dropped 3 back to back. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And it's your boy Waylon.
It's your girl Mia.
Checking out another video. Peace.
So baby, get